Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Today we got a match preview of Chelsea versus Luton. This could be a defining game in Lampard's career as Chelsea manager, and it's going to be interesting to see if he carries on with his beloved 4-3-3 system or he's going to try and change it up just for a fourth round tie against Luton. Luton are currently 13th in the championship, so basically almost pretty much mid-table, just a little tiny bit below. And yeah, I didn't realise they're in the championship. I thought they're a bit lower down than that. But we managed to beat Morecambe 4-0 to go through to this stage. Luton beat Reading 1-0. And they're going to meet for the first time since August 1991. I do believe that if Chelsea do lose to Luton in this fourth round FA Cup tie, Frank Lampard's time as Chelsea manager could be up, as we're expected to beat Luton. And like I said, if we don't, I think he will get the sack. But as long as we beat them, hopefully we can beat them by a large amount. We beat Barnsley earlier in the season by a large amount. Kai Havertz got a hat-trick in that game. So you'll see if I've included him in my predicted lineup for the game. But starting off with the injury list and suspension list. So there are no suspensions for this game for Chelsea, but there are a few injuries and a few, I wouldn't call them injuries, I would call them more precautions. Like, first of all, Reece James. He had a bit of a disappointing game against Leicester. He came in, we thought he'd be going up against Harvey Barnes and James Justin and get some crosses in the box for Tammy Abraham, but he didn't do much at all, and all he really did was bad defending for the James Maddison goal. So it's come out a little bit that he is still trying to play through an injury. I think it's a hip injury or a knee injury, but he's playing through it rather than getting sidelined, and I think that's the reason why he's not been up to his best. I think he was injured for suppressed injury for the Arsenal game. That's why he did so badly in that game. And personally, I'd rather see a fit Azpilicueta than a slightly injured Reece James. So I don't think Reece James will be risked against Luton for this game. And N'Golo Kante, I think he was allowed to play against Leicester. Obviously, he got not the red card, he got a suspension from too many yellow cards, so he couldn't play against Fulham, but he got injured in the Man City game, so he wouldn't have been able to play in that Fulham game anyway. He was expected to play against Leicester, but apparently he hadn't completely recovered from the injury yet, so I don't think we'll risk him for Luton. Maybe we'll see 20-30 minutes towards the end of the game, just to maybe shore up the midfield. Hopefully we can get him recovered as soon as possible for the Wolves game, the Burnley game, Spurs game. And lastly, Olivier Giroud. He's got a slight very minor ankle injury, so I don't see him being risked either. So I've not gone with those three in this starting lineup. Starting off with the formation, Frank Lampard could be expected to change it up to try and save his job. He might switch to a 4-4-2. I predicted he'd play 4-4-2 against Leicester. He kind of switched to it towards the end of the game. We played better, I think, in the second half, but we played better in the second half than the first half, but we definitely did not deserve the win against Leicester. He could go for a 4-2-3-1, but I think with N'Golo Kante, or I'm leaving out N'Golo Kante just for a precaution, I can see him trying to go for the 4-3-3 just to, I don't know, maybe prove the doubters wrong that the 4-3-3 is the way to go. So I've gone with a 4-3-3 with the number 6 and the 2 8s. I'm not sure if he's going to do this. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and plays a 3-back or a 4-4-2 like I predicted last week out the blue. But I've gone with a 4-3-3. Starting off with in goal, I've gone with Kepa Arrizabalaga. Edouard Mendy hasn't really been up to full form as he was when he first came in. He's obviously been good. He's not been conceded, he kept a clean sheet against Fulham. He made a good save for the Yuri Tielemans shot against Leicester. He didn't do anything wrong in that game, Edouard Mendy. The Ndidi shot he scuffed it, he sliced it, but it was nestling in the side net and it off the post and in. And the James Maddison goal, that was not Edouard Mendy's fault either. So I've left Edouard Mendy out though, because Kepa, he had a solid performance against Morecambe. Yeah, it was Morecambe, but I think he needs to get a little bit of game time just to recoup his confidence, and then maybe we can sell him on for a little bit more, like £5-10 million more, than we could have if we just left him out of these games. So I think Luton, and then next game Barnsley or Norwich, I think he could be seen playing in one of those, or it could be Willy Caballero, I don't know. But I've gone with Kepa in goal. At right back, like I said, Reece James. I'm leaving him out as a precaution, and like I said, I'd rather see a fit Azpilicueta rather than a slightly injured Reece James. So I've gone with Cesar Azpilicueta, or Dave, he's also known as, at right back. And into the centre backs. The centre backs have been confusing recently. Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma look like our best defensive or centre back partnership. Kurt Zouma, I think, is our best defender this season so far. He's got loads of goals from corners. He's a massive aerial threat. And next to Thiago Silva, he's been massive. He's won so many aerial duels, and I think he's been our best defender all season. And Thiago Silva complements him quite well next to him. However, against the Morecambe game, Lampard played Zouma and Rudiger, which I don't know. I thought he would have gone with Rudiger and Christensen. But yeah, Rudiger also played in the Fulham game over Zouma, and we thought maybe there was a slight injury, or he just wanted to play Rudiger, just some more confidence, a bit like Kepa. And then for Leicester, Lampard played Rudiger over Zouma yet again. Like, Zouma's been our best defender, and Rudiger, I don't care what any of the media say, other fans, they all think that he's a great centre-back. He's not. He's not a good defender. He's not good enough for Chelsea personally, and I'd like to see Zouma and Christensen play against Luton. At left back, I think Ben Chilwell will also be given a rest. He's played quite a few games in a row recently, and we all know he's a bit injury prone, so we're not going to risk him against Luton personally. So I've gone with Emerson. Hopefully he played against Morecambe, I think he had a few pop shots. None of them were on target or anywhere near the goal, but hopefully he can have a solid performance against Luton. Now into the midfield. The midfield is always the most interesting part of the lineup personally, because it's who's running the game, who's pulling the strings, going up and down the pitch as a unit. And when a team's misfiring, it's normally down to the midfield, but recently it's kind of been down to the whole team. But in the number 6 role, I'm going with the 4-3-3 obviously. In the number 6 role, I've gone with Jorginho. I think he needs a little bit more confidence as well. I think ever since he missed all those penalties doing his silly hop, skip, jump thing, that he's lost his confidence. He's not been as good. I don't really rate Jorginho. I don't think he's a great player. Anyone could get in that position, touch the ball and pass it back again, or sometimes pass it to the fullbacks at a stretch. But I think Lampard will play Jorginho in the number 6 role. The other number 6s at the club are really Kante, but he's probably better in... He's not very good alone, like a lone number 6. He's probably better as a 2, or in a 4-3-3, probably an 8, but he can't shoot. So it's a little bit... It's a bit hard to fit N'Golo Kante into a 4-3-3 system. But for the 2 8s for this game, I've gone with Kai Havertz, because he obviously got a hat-trick against Barnsley. Hopefully he can get some more goals against Luton, carry the form into the Premier League. And Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour is predominantly used in his career, or in his short Chelsea career, he's been used as a number 6 more. But I saw an interview and he said that he's happy just to play wherever in the midfield. He's played in the number 6 role, he's played in the number 8 role countless times in the academy for Rangers when he was back in Scotland. So he knows both roles very well, and I can see him and Havertz in the midfield. Kovacic could play, as he could get a bit of confidence back as well. I think Mount will get a rest. He seems to be playing every single game recently, and I don't know, I'm just scared he's going to get injured, then our most important player is out. Now, moving into the front 3. At right wing, I've gone with Hakim Ziyech. He's been out recently, and when we were in good form, when Chelsea were in good form, at the top of the table with 11 games played, Hakim Ziyech was one of our most influential players, going past people, doing skills, putting those diagonal balls across into the corridor, the corridor of uncertainty. That's it. He puts those diagonal balls with his left foot into corridor of uncertainty for the keepers and defenders to mess up, and then Tammy Abraham or whoever's playing on the opposite side or the striker can tuck them away. I think Hakim Ziyech needs to get a run of games to get his form going again, and similar to the left wing we've gone with, Hudson-Odoi. I've left Christian Pulisic out of this game. I didn't think Chris would be playing against Leicester, but he's played a lot of games in a row recently as well, and I think Hudson-Odoi is probably best on the left hand side, so I've gone with Hudson-Odoi on the left, Ziyech on the right, and then up top I've gone for Timo Werner. Like I said, I've left out Oli Giroud. I can see Tammy Abraham maybe starting or maybe coming off the bench, but Timo Werner I think needs a goal. He's been rested quite a lot recently. I think he needs a goal. He got so unlucky against Leicester for that goal to be offside. I've looked at it back and I still think it's onside. His arm, or the defender's arm, was letting him onside, but we're not talking about that now. Timo Werner I've gone with up front, and that is my starting lineup for Chelsea versus Luton. Starting on Sunday, kickoff at 12 o'clock at Stamford Bridge. That is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new around here. I saw this stat recently. In the last month, in January, look at this. The percentage of you that are subscribed against not subscribed. It's just blowing my mind looking at that. Anyway, please subscribe if you're new around here. Hopefully you can stick around for the daily Chelsea transfer news videos coming out for the rest of January. It always heats up towards the end of January. With Chelsea not doing any business as of yet, I'm sure some done deals will be happening soon, and I will be first to announce that to you guys. So thanks for watching and goodbye.